Survival Ascended's first in-game screenshot. Cinematic mode incoming. And could we see a delay for ASA on console? You're right, kids, it happened. We got our very first screenshot of ARK Survival Ascended, and oh, wow, you have been blowing me up with your notifications. Twitter has been going crazy because, good grief, this looks intensely detailed. Far more than perhaps I expected with Unreal Engine 5. Look at it! It looks phenomenally too detailed. In fact, a lot of you in the comments to the photo that I posted in my community section on YouTube are worried if this is even true. It is. It came directly from the devs on their Twitter account and in celebration towards their certification, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But already a lot of you are very concerned about, how much storage is it going to take? Is your PC going to be up to spec, ready for this? Good grief. I am kind of concerned. Luckily, I'm getting a new PC just in time for ASA, and I'm really fearful for people out there. This looks phenomenal. This looks insane. And I just can't comprehend how we're going to be seeing this in motion, in-game, at that detail. What? Kudikors, the cinematic director for Studio Wildcard, confirms it's a still from the video he took for the trailer for ASA. Yes, in game, meaning this is something in motion. And whilst we've got a limited knowledge of Unreal Engine 5 and the advantages of this, seeing this for the first time taking advantage of what that engine has to offer is quite simply breathtaking. I got butterflies when I first saw this, and it's just a picture. So many people are going wild on Twitter following this one screenshot. It's quite crazy how much buzz this one screenshot has generated. You've got to think, what is it going to be like when we get a trailer? And when is that trailer? Already a lot of you were assuming, following us having a screenshot, we might find a trailer this weekend. Though I'm skeptical whether we still will because of certification. Again, we'll get to that in just a moment. And just, breathtaking. Honestly, if this is what we have to look forward to for ARK Survival Ascended, I can't even. It's going to be an exhilarating game indeed. In photo mode, apparently, because there's a photo mode for ASA, if you didn't know. And, well, you've only got to compare it to the Raptor that we've got in ARK Survival Evolved, courteously submitted by Aaron Longstaff, to see how vast a difference it really is. I think we all look at these creatures in ASA with rose-tinted glasses and finally get at least some appreciation of what to look forward to. Wow. Honestly, everybody I've spoken to, I wasn't sure whether I was going to do a video about this, but a lot of you wanted me to. It's insane. It's insane, and I can't wait to see more of this. In fact, Fuego, who's now a full-time employed artist for Studio Wildcard, said this was a 4 out of 10. A little jokey way against Kudikors. Kudikors said how rude, and said you can't even imagine the rest. Really excited for what's coming. Aren't we all, Fuego? Aren't we all? Again, and I did wonder why all this secrecy. Is them putting this into certification having some crossed legal boundary that allows them to start showing us what it's all about? We'll have to wait and see. But what we do know, that was kind of teased and overlooked maybe by most, as you'll notice in the bottom right hand corner of this shot, it says photo mode. It was mentioned in a previous community crunch, but Kudikors touched on, and I don't feel like this was perhaps really mentioned before, cinematic mode. We're going to get some form of that for ARK Survival Ascended, and being headed up by Kudikors himself for us creators out there, seemingly to help us make our own cinematic experiences ourselves. So far with ARK Survival Evolved, we've been left to our own devices to, I guess, manipulate spectator mode to create our own in-game cinematics. And this seems to suggest we won't need to do that anymore. There'll be some sort of inbuilt system that allows us to do shots like this. And how and why, how is it going to work? We'll have to wait and see on that. I'm hoping maybe for some cool dolly cams, maybe we can position cameras in certain spaces to do our own stories, our own machinima content. And very, very excited to see what this is going to be all about. and very, very excited for me personally to be able to take advantage of this and just do cool things. And look forward to seeing what else other creators, content creators, and the birth of perhaps even more this will create in having some cinematic mode for ASA. But there is just a touch of concern surrounding this. Jay did a video just, well, literally after the photo dropped, talking about certification and his concerns on it, because if it's just gone into certification, which Dolly explains here, the final step taken to release a game on consoles that pushes it into being heavily tested on specific platforms to ensure it's stable and compliant, well, this could take a long while. Fingers crossed it is the 1 week turnaround that certification seems to allow via this site, again shared by Jade to me. But if anything goes wrong with that initial certification and, you know, the right people aren't around to test, this could be seen to be pushed back even further. In fact, I believe Wildcard probably have done this, put this into certification today with the expectation of something coming back and for them to refix that to allow themselves another week. Meaning, if that's the case, there's a good possibility we could be seeing this in the last 2 days of the last week of this month. I think everything points to that, but there's a possibility if anything else goes wrong, this certification process could be even longer, which could push consoles launch into November. Everybody and their mothers knows about the Nitrado contract that's going on right now, where it seems that Wildcard must get this out before the end of the month in order to not lose any monies with ASE. But perhaps if they can at least satisfy PC, then is that enough? And we could potentially see console being dropped after that. I know I don't want to be the bearer of bad news there, but perhaps it's something to consider. Until then, of course, it's all speculation. Please don't rush out and start attacking the devs on this. It's just a concern that I've got for you. Fingers crossed though, people, we get more information regarding this beautiful screenshot, and I hope many more to come. Do we get a trailer this weekend? Is it going to be next week? It's all very difficult to figure out what's going on. It all seems very close to the wire, but it's good to see something finally out there and has definitely switched up the attitude, apprehension, excitement for ASA. There is nothing but positivity pretty much from most of you. The rest of you are very concerned on if this is even real, and the others, are you even going to be able to run it? Wildcard definitely needs to let us know what the PC specs for this thing is going to be. I'm a bit concerned. Oh, and just one last thing, just before I was about to put this video out, turns out CEO, co-founder of Studio Wildcard, just put a post on his LinkedIn telling us the ARK Survival Ascended trailer is done. It's finished. It's ready to go. So there's a possibility we might see it this weekend, people. If it's ready to go, then that means ARK must be in some form ready to go, right? And does that mean we might get this trailer this weekend? Could we? If it's there. Nevertheless, some exciting days ahead of us. Hopefully we might see this trailer in the next few days. Oh, but I'm very excited. Are you? Comment below, let me know. Until the next one, my name is Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, peace out.